Hey Virgo, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. Ruth here with your intuitive reading and distant Reiki session. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your reading for the time between the 25th of April and the 8th of May. We're going to draw as many cards as necessary. The first row, we can relate to this last week of April. The second row, we can relate to this last week of May. But it's intuitive, so just take it as it comes and resonates with you. Your Reiki will be activated during this reading, and we always intend that you receive your Reiki at a time when it's appropriate for you. And we also intend that the Reiki is for your highest good. So if you're in bed right now, chilling, brilliant, you might receive your Reiki right now. You can also ask to receive your Reiki, but you can and will receive your Reiki for sure, okay? For sure. Okay, my darlings, I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera, though the cards are ready, but I'll do a little bit more on camera just because, you know, I like to see the cards being shuffled myself, and then we'll get started. Okay, my darlings. Okay, so where you start this time period and where you end this time period are seemingly two very, very different places, okay? So what I want to tell you that is if right now you're struggling, it's feeling hard for you, it's difficult for you, you're not going to be feeling that way by the end of the month, okay? Or by the time we get into May. Now, the card at the base of your reading is the Queen of Pentacles. This is your energy. You are an earth sign like me, darling. I'm a Capricorn. My sister's a Virgo, actually. Anyway, you are an earth sign, so this is your energy, and this is you being in your element. But anyway, either way, the card at the base of the reading is the perspective that you need to see this reading through, my darlings, okay? Or this time period through. It's bringing you into awareness of self, an understanding of who you are and where you want to put your energy and efforts in order to gain your security and establish your security. Also a recognition that you need to nurture yourself, you need to have compassion for yourself, and that recognition, you need to put time into you need to give yourself some time. That recognition is something that's coming through very, very strongly. Now, I'm already getting very hot. I'm reacting to the healing in this reading that's coming up, okay? So we've got the Empress energy here. Now, the Empress energy is pretty much linked to the... Oh, beautiful. Look at these cards, guys. Look at these cards. Yes. Okay. Just a second. Tiny. Just a second. Tiny, be quiet. Okay. The Empress energy is number 3 in the Major Arcana, okay? And number 3 is linked to your 3rd chakra, which is all about, which is our solar plexus. And our solar plexus is all about our authenticity and our truth. And actually, this is appreciation. It's as if appreciating who you are is its own reward. It's as if you see who you are now. You see that you've grown, that you've blossomed, and that you are... Security, what it just came through then, security comes from figuring this out, from figuring out your divineness, your truth, who you are. It's as if this is what you're wanting to find out or willing to show to people over this time period. It's as if you've been on a journey, really, actually, Virgo. You've been on a journey, and it's been quite in a way, there's been things that have held you back emotionally and energetically. You've been held back emotionally and energetically. And you're coming into that awareness now with the moon card and the number 9. You're coming into the awareness that you have been held back, or you've been holding yourself back, that it's been almost that it's a necessary process, and it is, because there's been things that you've had to purge, really, to release. Now, some of you might have been feeling ill, unwell, your stomach, your appetite, sickness, diarrhea, that type of thing. I hate talking about that type of stuff, actually. Absolutely. Ugh. Anyway, but that's what's come through, so I have to say that. With the moon card, those of you that follow me on Instagram, Facebook, you've seen the post that I did about the moon card during Pisces season. And it's as if all the things that are usually chilled and calm beneath the surface, our emotions, our emotional foundations, our emotional truths, and our intuitions, when we see the moon card, all that stuff's being churned up. So the waters are becoming muddy again. And the muddiness actually is something that we need to understand, to sit with, to bathe in. And it's as if you've been going through things and really maybe keeping some of these revelations to yourself. And I feel like you're going to start to express those. You're going to start to express your truths this month. We've got another at this time. We've got another 3 now, the 3 of Wands. So it's like wand energy is related to is key, i.e. key wisdom, energy. It's life force. Okay, it's our. It's the thing that animates us, that moves us. The thing that keeps us alive is key, is energy, is wand energy. It's related to our 2nd chakra, which is our sacral chakra, the seat of our soul. And the seat of our souls is our truths, as I said, our authenticities, as I said, but also the things that drive us, the urges that we have, is the wand energy. But also in that seat of our soul, in our 2nd chakra, we have our fears and our doubts and our slights and the things that have hurt us and our worries. And that's why it can be hard to act on the things that we love. It can be hard to go toward the things that you want to go toward. But it's like the energy's shifting now. It's like it's been heavy. It's been heavy, Virgo, man. It feels like it's been so heavy. And that's because of this moon energy. Necessary because the Empress is here, because now you've come into clarity and awareness. You know, I always say this is not just for decoration, these stars above her head, not just for decoration. This is the awareness that you find through knowing, through recognizing, through engaging with your emotions, through engaging with your memories and your past lives and your dreams and your imaginings, like the moon card helps us to do. And now it's as if you can feel that it's time for things to change, to move, to shift. You can feel that things are coming towards you. Your world is broadening up. Your horizons are broadening now. And so, as I said, you might start in a place right now where you've not got, right now on the 25th of April or 24th, you might not have what you want. You might not have the thing that you know you want now, the thing that you know you want to go toward, but it's coming toward you. It is. And I feel like you should be confident of that fact. Okay. And see, I'm just getting messages. Right. So number 2, let's just talk about the card first of all. Number 2 is the number 2 is about commitments, partnerships. Okay, so commitments and partnerships and diplomacy, you know, trying to keep the peace, basically doing things that we need to do and should do in order that there's balance in our lives. You know, we work well with people, you know, we sort of appease people. We try to, because it's nice to be nice, isn't it? Pentacles energy is where we put our energy and effort in order to gain security, like I've said and mentioned. And this is really, sometimes it's hard to balance those two things at times. There's there's different priorities, you know, and sometimes, you know, we have to prioritize other people's feelings and thoughts and what they need and other people's needs. And at other times we have to put energy and effort into nurturing ourselves and showing ourselves compassion and recognizing that what we want matters and what we need matters. And actually you've started to feel that, and it's coming through stronger and stronger. Now at the moment, you're not taking any action on toward this. You know, in April, if you're watching this in April, you're not taking any action toward that right now, which is fine. However, there's opportunities that are coming towards you, and you know it and feel it, but it's like you're kind of still doing the same thing that you've been doing, which is fine. But it's kind of getting a bit harder. It's like when I left teaching, it's like it was getting harder and harder to suppress what I wanted. It was getting harder and harder to suppress the urge to move in a specific direction. And it's like you're doing the sensible thing right now because you're a Virgo. I'm a Capricorn, so I thought it's sensible to do this. But actually it created quite a bit of instability within me. I was sad, really. I was down because I knew that I was doing something I didn't want to do. As I said, if that's where you are right now, you're moving out of that energy for sure. You know, and you are going to gain that stability because you do know that good things are coming towards you. So the Nine of Pentacles, listen, you've put, this is like, these three cards are very similar, these three energies here, you know. It's like the energy and the effort that you've put into trying to understand what you want, to trying to go in the direction that you want, to build your garden, to build your security, your fortress of nurturing for yourself. It's been worth it. This is now the full knowledge, the truth of this is what I need to do. This is where I need to put my energy and effort. This is what I want to grow with the Nine of Pentacles. So again, Pentacles, where we put our energy and effort. Number 9 is actually linked to the Hermit energy, which is your card. So, and diligence, the diligence of Virgo, and the intern, and actually the actively trying to understand of Virgo. That's what you've been trying to do. Uncover, understand. In this instance, where you want to put your energy, what is going to provide you with that security. And it's as if you've got that knowledge now, even if it's been a challenge to find that, to understand that. And actually, you want to move. I feel like you've wanted things to move quicker than they've moved. You've wanted things to move at a faster pace than they have actually moved. And so that's maybe what's caused you a little bit of doubt in the past, or leading up to this time. You know, maybe there's been a bit of doubt. Am I doing the right thing? You know, am I, it's heavy work, it's stressful, or whatever it is for you. I'm trying to give examples here, not make predictions. But it's like you are, you know, you've been, you know, not been stuck, but you've wanted things to move quicker than they've moved. I feel like this wants to come out on this, and this is what's necessary. It wants to come out on this Emperor card. And I always say about the Emperor, the reason the Emperor is the boss is because the Emperor has put time and energy and effort into the internal, into understanding his foundations, number 4, okay? Now, number 4s are about our foundations, our roots, where we come from, our families, our belief systems, all that type of thing, you know, our perspective, and understanding where does my perspective come from? Where does my ambition come from? Where does my wants and needs come from? Where do these urges come from? Oh, I know these things now. Now I'm stable and secure. And I can be outward looking and confident and take action on the things that I now learn and the things that I've now learned and understand. In a nutshell, that's the energy of the Emperor, okay? And it's as if, as I said, you've wanted things to move faster, but it's been necessary for things to move at the pace that it's moved at, because you've learned an awful lot, Virgo, in this time. Maybe 4 months, because it's the Emperor, so maybe since the start of the year. But I don't know specifically for you. But as I said, it's been slower. The process has been slower than you would have liked, but it's been necessary. because it's actually that's giving you strength. And look at the union, the here now. We've got the union of the divine masculine and feminine. So for some of you, this could be a love relationship, feelings and emotions. But for others of you, this is really about family life, about work life, about finding that balance, about going in the direction that you want to go in, that's gonna really offer you and your family, or you as an individual, security. The union of the divine feminine and divine masculine. So this is, you know, again, outward looking, external actions, experiences, inward looking, or emotions. Okay, it's a balance between those two things, recognizing that your feelings and emotions matter in the pursuit of the security and the outward security that you need in your life. And you're here, you're getting there now. Okay, it's been a challenge though. You've not had an easy year actually, because I think, but as I said, you've probably kept that a lot of that to yourself, not in a secretive way, just in a way that you wanted to understand it. But as you move into May, as I said, the opportunities are going to be coming towards you, okay? Now, we have the devil energy here, Capricorn's energy. I'm a Capricorn. So those of you that follow me on Instagram, Facebook, you'll have seen the comparison that I did between, the post that I did that compared the energies between devil, lovers, temperance, judgment. And I asked this, and we looked at the similarities between those two things, okay? And between those four energies, and they are similar. And in this instance, so check the post out. In this instance, the devil energy is about feeling stuck. It's about, we feel stuck, tied to responsibilities. The devil is about worldly responsibilities. And it's about how our commitment and devotion to the external things in our lives, you know, the external trappings of life, like I've got to do this to ensure that my family's secure and safe. I've got to do this to ensure that I have enough money. I've got to do this. But this is what the devil does. You only ever think about that. But actually, by focusing so much on the ego, we learn that our emotions, intuitions, and our intuitions and our feelings are as important. We can't live our life being tied to the worldly pursuits, which is what the devil in a nutshell represents. And it's like you're realizing that. I mean, look, I've just been talking about worldly pursuits, wealth, okay? So it's like you have all these things. You have the house, the car, the children, the dog, the husband, the wife. Well, not both, but well, unless you, I don't know, what that way inclined, no judgment here. You know, family, friends, you have all those things, but it's almost as if those things are what actually keep you tied. But it's as if you know this now, you've realised this. It's as if there comes a time, there comes a point where, and that's the devil energy, that's why we have the devil energy here. There comes a time, there comes a point where you've got to realise that in order to have real security, and not just we're not just sort of doing things because we have to do them. In order to have real security, we have to nurture ourselves. We have to take into account our emotions and our feelings. And, you know, and actually that's where true security comes from. So it's like, as I said, when I was teaching, it's like, I had the partner and the house and the car and the dog and the job and the pension and the money and the friends. But actually it became this. It became like I was doing and sustaining that life because I thought that was what was important. I thought it was important and it's not that those things are not important. Of course they are. And I feel those things are important. And I want, again, to have, you know, the family, you know, that situation, that setup, you know, my husband, blah, blah, blah. I've not been married, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I want to have that setup again. However, it became like this for me because I realised that I was doing this job. I was basically forcing myself really to do a job that I didn't want to do because I had to sustain and uphold the household. I had to sustain and uphold, we want to go on holiday, so I've got to keep doing this job because I get paid X amount of money, so it's secure. And that's the good thing about the devil energy. That's the good thing about Capricorn's energy, that actually, this is why I say to people, Capricorn is the most spiritual, maybe not the most, but one of the most spiritual signs. And it's so boring when people just say, oh, it's just about ambition. No, it's not just about ambition. It's not. It's about It's about how ambition leads us to salvation. It's about having the focus and the dedication of these type of worldly pursuits actually leads us to our salvation, actually leads us into the light. We realize, yes, it's important, but it's not as it's not more important than how I'm feeling. And you're getting to that point, and you've come to that point where you realize that. And I think that in a way is what shifts things for you. It's that realization that shifts things for you. Wow. So we've got now movement, haven't we? With the Knight of Wands. Now, I always say about the Knight of Wands, these are real energies. And oh my gosh, I felt this energy, and I did not like to feel this energy, to be honest. And so I recorded a video, and I've not uploaded the video yet, but I will do after I've uploaded these, okay? And it's about the Knights, and I was experiencing the energy just the other day, Saturday, I think it was Saturday, and it's Tuesday today, of the Knights, of the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. And I hate it because I'm like you, I'm an earth sign. And as I said, and the Knights, the Queens, the Kings, the Pages are actual energies that you will feel. And I broke it down, and basically this is what I said. This is for the Knight of Swords, okay? Knight of Wands. Pushing through established boundaries. Learning that new energy must come through. You just have to experience the energy. You just have to experience it, say it, live it, feel it. But it's opening up new channels and broadening our experiences. And this is the urge. There's more. You can watch the video when I put it up. I've said that you've reached your limits and you've found your boundaries. You're clearing out, you're pushing out, you're moving forward. And that's why it feels unsteady, and you may feel some frustration and some tension. And because it's our instinct to hold on, especially as an earth sign, it's our instinct to hold on to where we are, to what we know. But the energy of the Knights come through to move us, to shift us, for us to recognise and feel that we're reaching our limits. We've reached our limits with this life, with where we are. We've reached our limits. We can no longer think about it. We can no longer suppress it. We can no longer force it, keep it down. We can no longer stay in this situation. When we have this Knight of Wands, it's time to move out, to go. And it's unsteady. This is like, I don't know what they call. I don't know what they called it in America. You know where they do on the savannah. You know where I don't know if it's called savannas actually. Do you know where they have cowboys? And there's wild horses, and they have to sort of tame the wild horses. This is you. It's like this energy of the horse beneath the knight is the energy of, as I said, wanting to move forward, wanting to push forward, wanting to go out. And you will try to tame that energy because you're an earth sign. You won't like it. You won't like the feeling. You might get a bit touchy. You probably will be a bit touchy because it's not nice to feel this unsteadiness. And you don't know what's going to come at the end of it. But you can't suppress it. Eventually you will. You'll learn how to ride the energy, how to ride the wave. But it's because you're reaching your limits. It's because you're reaching your limits. You recognise, okay, it's time to push through. And as the message of Taurus season, you can read this in the description box below. The message of Taurus season is you can live your truth or someone else's. And that's true. You can choose to live your truth or someone else's. And actually, at this point, it's not even a choice for you. It's kind of like energetically, you know that it's time to change, to move. I need out of this. And there's new opportunities coming. I mean, this is it. There's new opportunities coming. As I said with the Three of Swords, the Three of Wands above, I was like about broadening your horizons. It's about your world opening up for you now. And as I said, in a way that it will happen quickly. As I said, I feel like you've been waiting to get to this point. You've wanted changes to come through. You've wanted to make some changes in your life, or you've wanted a new relationship, or you've wanted out of this marriage, or you've wanted into this industry, or whatever it is for you as an individual. I'm giving examples. I'm not predicting. Whatever it is for you as an individual, you've wanted this move to happen, this change to happen, and it's taken its time, and it's necessary. When we've got the Empress and the Moon card, we know that it's been, and the Emperor, It's been necessary for the time that it's taken, the 4 months or the 4 years. It's been necessary to take this time because you now know, as I said, you now appreciate who you are, and that is reward in itself. And that appreciation is what brings through these new experiences. That understanding and awareness of self, the journey that you've been on, is what's bringing in these new experiences. So with the number 2, again, it's a commitment to a new life. I'm going to step forward in this new opportunity, 1-1, you know, this going through this doorway, this portal that's opening up for you. Because this is what's ending. This is what you're leaving behind. You know, this is what's behind you. This is what you're leaving behind. You're leaving this behind. Because it has, as I said, it has kept you stuck with that devil energy there. But the reason we have these energies here, as I said always, is because it's about us being able to make that choice to move forward, being able to make that choice to heal from this, being able to make those choices to see, with the number 10, you know, 1 and 0. So we've got 1, 0, and then we've got 1, 1, haven't we? So we've got 10 and 11. I know it's not 11, I know it's 2, but you see what I'm saying? It's like the opportunity is here now. And it'll come, and it might come through very, very quickly. There might be literally something, an offer that's made or an opportunity that arises, and you have to make a decision. You know, maybe, I mean, that's what happened with me. It's like, oh my God, some of the things that I've done. So when I was teaching, and I was in this a classroom, and I was like, and this is when I stopped working in schools, because it got to the point where I just got too much. I couldn't, all the energy that I've got, key wisdom tarot, being intuitive. I've been intuitive when I was a teacher. So you imagine there's 30 children in the classroom. I know that, never mind the teachers, there's 30 children in a classroom, and I can feel this off that child, and I can feel this off that child. But I'm an English teacher, so I pretend that I don't feel it, and I pretend that I don't hear it, and I push it down and I suppress it. Well, it got to the point where my intuition was becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. My compassion and my empathy were becoming stronger and stronger and stronger, to the point where I couldn't ignore it. It was distracting me. So I'm trying to teach English, and I can see above their heads, oh my God, this child's going through stuff. This child's going through stuff. And you can't address it, because what am I going to say? Oh, well, I know this child's got, how do you know? So you just ignore it. It gets louder and louder and louder. And it's like that. It's like, and then, so what I did is one day I just was like, I'm leaving. I just literally walked out the classroom. I couldn't be there. And the next day, in fact, that day, and I drove off in my car, and I'm thinking, do you know what? I feel all right about this, you know. And that day I got a phone call from, because I used to do, don't Google me, but I used to do some acting. Just, it was good for my soul, because that's what I used to do when I was a kid. And to reconnect with myself, literally like this, I had to start doing something that was helping me to sort of feed my intuition, to feed my art, to feed my key. I had to do something. Anyway, I got a phone call that day. Oh, do you want to do some extra work at the studios for a drama? So literally one day I'm in the classroom, and then the next day I'm on set. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, getting my makeup done. I'm like, whoa, look at me. So it's like, and that's kind of like what it'd be like for you. It's like, oh my gosh, like one day you're doing this, and then suddenly the next day or the next week you're in a completely different situation. The opportunity comes toward you, and this is and you just leave it behind like that, like instantly. That is what's happening for you this month. I can feel it. So the opportunities are coming, or in May, I can feel it. The opportunity, I want to see these cards. No, we'll look at them together. I won't cheat. So this is what I'm saying. You've got a commitment to, we've got another 2. Oh, I'm smiling. In fact, look at this, and then I'll turn it over. Because, well, you look at those 2 cards just while I have a drink, okay? So it's like the opportunity, the ability to put these ones down, to walk away from these, because the strain, I could cry, because the strain that you've been under, the ways that you've distracted yourself. This is what I just described, that feeling of when I was in the classroom and I could see these, and I didn't understand it back then. I didn't understand it. I didn't even meditate. Well, I did meditate, but I didn't really understand what I was doing, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? It was like, and I was suppressing my feelings. I was suppressing everything, pushing it all down. And then eventually it just went, poof. And I just had to, and I said to my agency, I said, I ain't ever working in a classroom again. I can't do it. It's too hard. So then I started working one-to-one with children. I was a very experienced English teacher, and a very experienced teacher working with what we call SEN, SEND, special educational needs and disabilities. So I would work with kids with anxiety. I ended up working kids with anxiety, ended up working with kids with depression, ended up working with kids who were unable to be in classrooms with 30 people. So I would work one-on-one with those children in their homes, and I'd start off doing meditation with them for the first few days, getting to know them, chatting to them, talking them through, doing active meditation. And then we'd obviously start then on the English way. I mean, I'm still an English teacher, they still got to get there, do you know what I mean? But I was able to use both what I was feeling. I feel like this will help them. I was able to use those aspects of myself, my truth, as well as my experience as an English teacher. I can get you an English. Oh yeah, I can help you pass your exams, but I can't. How can I help you pass your exams if you're feeling like this, child? So let's try to work through this healing. So I would work with kids in that way, and by the end, it was beautiful what I was doing, because I wasn't doing this anymore. I wasn't suppressing everything. And that's what you're going to be like. It's like, this is like, we'll talk about love in a second, but this is a commitment to yourself. Number 2 is a commitment, remember? Commitments to the truth of your emotions, to what you're feeling. As I said here as well, you know, that truth that's coming through, you know? The Hierophant, the message of the Hierophant, the message of this month, of Hierophant season, you can read it below, is you can live your truth or someone else's. And it seems that by the end of this time, you're actually physically living in a different space, in a different world. Something's coming through for you, and you know the awareness that you matter comes through, obviously, clearly, but also maybe an opportunity, a union of sorts. So you might be brought together with a man or a woman or a job or an opportunity that really allows you to put this down and to see that you matter, what you feel matters. You know, I post on my Instagram all the time. I always post pictures of Tiny. I post all sorts of things. And one of the things that I posted last week or the week before was just a little meme. Because I was having conversations with people. And one of the things that I kept saying is, in these conversations, in these comments, replying to their comments, was, you are worthy. So, I can't remember what I said now. I said, yes, you are worthy. So, I can't remember. Something like, you are worthy, so act that way, or something like that. And that was that is, apart from a picture of Tiny, because obviously Tiny's the jam in it. He's the cutest little doggy ever. That's the more successful post, because I think thousands saw that post. And I've only got, I said Instagram for me, it's just a way for me to feed the urges that I have, to feed my intuition, and to help myself to grow, and also to help other people grow. If I'm intuitively guided to talk about this energy, I will. If I'm intuitively guided to create a meme, I will. It's just intuition. Anyway, and it was because I think it resonated with people, because yes, you need to be told that. Yes, you are worthy, so act accordingly. That was what I said. Yes, you are worthy, so act accordingly. And this is like you saying this now. It's like, yes, I am worthy, so I'm going to act accordingly. I'm going to put down these ones. I'm going to stop suppressing. I'm going to start engaging with what I feel. And it could be that an actual opportunity comes in, or it could be an actual opportunity comes in by the end of the month, or that you might do what I did, which is like, just leave. Two people, the last readings, they were like, right, Ruth, after I watched this reading, I quit my job. And I said, don't quit your job because of me. They said, no, I wanted to, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it wasn't my fault, but, you know, I'm not telling anyone to quit the job. I'm saying that you've got to start appreciating yourself. And I feel like you do, and you are, and you might actually physically be in a different situation by the end of this month, okay, or by the end of this time period. Also, some of you, this might be love, this might be you stopping suppressing the feelings of love that you have for somebody else, and actually going for it. You know, this is twin flame. I've talked about that actually already, so it could be twin flame stuff going on here, some twin flame divine unions going on. So for some of you, that will be it. You'll be You'll be breaking free of the shackles of the commitments that you tell yourself are important, and you'll actually be going toward commitments, whether that be in work or in love or in family, whatever. You'll actually be going toward commitments that are truthfully and authentically what you want and what you feel you want, okay? What you feel you need in your life. You're going to start showing yourself some compassion. So well done, Virgo. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Please, Virgo, give this video a thumbs up, because that is how you support my channel and all other YouTubers, okay? We put a lot of time. This is 3 days and I've still not finished. I went to bed at 3 a.m. yesterday. I was uploading videos till 2 a.m. Your YouTubers work hard, so give us a thumbs up. Not just me, all of them, because we work very hard to get this content for you. We don't ask for no money, but it's a lot of work and energy and time that we put into this work for you guys. So please support your YouTubers, okay? Okay, comment, share this video with other people, with other Virgos, blah, blah, blah. You'd be surprised how many people do share. I get to see the amount of people that share, and it's a lot. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for notifications of new uploads, my darlings, okay? It's my 1 year anniversary. Today, the 25th of April, that's the 1 year ago that I set up my channel, that I said that I broke free of these shackles. And to be fair, it's not like I've got abundance, don't you worry. I'm all right. I'm not wealthy, let's say, but I'm rich. I'm rich, man. Life is good, feels good. I'm like this. I'm the Empress. It's its own reward, almost. You know, it's its own reward. Living your truth is its own reward, almost. Okay, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So thank you for your support, for your love, for your comments, for your likes, for your shares. As I said, follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook. I will see you all again. I'm on holiday in a couple of days, actually, with my friends. So I'll see you all again in a couple of weeks. I will respond to your comments I'm only going for 4 days. I will respond to your comments when I get back from my holidays. Have a wonderful couple of weeks. Virgo, I'm wishing you lots of love and luck and blessings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.